Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Bloons TD6 videos. We're gonna be completing Tree Stump in Chimps mode, and we're gonna be starting out with a ninja monkey. Just put it there where you have the intersection by the tree, hit the high speed mode, and you're ready to rumble until you can afford to put down Obyn. With Obyn and the ninja down, you're pretty well covered because you have your camo detection and you have your lead popping powers. And this is an easy map, which means that we have the balloons on the map for a very long time, and we can hit them multiple times as they enter and exit the map. So it's a really cool map to complete on Chimps as well. These two will keep you covered all up to the point where you can put down your first super monkey. And the way that I'm going to be playing this map, or played this map, is with a focus on knockback on the super monkeys. We want to be pushing things towards the spawn all the time, giving them a bit of a chain lock kind of game mode. So we're going with the ultra vision, the knockback, the laser blasts, and here we have round 40 where the first Moab is coming. Pretty easy tank and pank stuff when you have this setup here up and running. The next thing that we want to get going is to have even more popping power, even more control options. So we're gonna take the ninja monkey once we have our blasts up and running on the super monkey, and we're gonna go flash bomb on that so we can stun things and deal area of effect damage. After that, we want to focus on the more difficult part of the game, which means that we want the village down wherever you can find a spot for it. If the totem is teasing you, as it often is with me, just find a good spot within the start area, find a position for your next super monkey, and get that up and running again. I'm going knockback on it so that we will have a long time to deal with these different balloon ships, because they're gonna be knocked back, pushed towards the spawn, allowing for some of the smaller balloons to come in and take damage from our other monkeys. So now we have the first step up and running here, and things moving forward are gonna be a little bit more freestyle. I'm going with the tack shooter here at the start. The main thought behind that is that we're going to be getting a lot of really crazy ceramics as we move forward. So I want to have something with a high pop limit that will deal crazy damage to all of the other balloons that are coming while we're like holding the big ships away with our knockback options. I'm going fire on it, and this is just because in my opinion it is the best option for the tack shooters to go like with the ring of fire upgrade. It deals insane damage. The pop limit on it is pretty cool. With these things down, we have our good pop limit, we have our knockback, and now we're putting down one of these boomerang monkeys. We're going 2-0-4 on it so that we can just use the Moab pressure to push the Moabs even further away, just keeping them stun locked at the entry or like wherever they're gonna be, so they won't be moving too far towards the end, and we can just chain gank them. I want to have my Monkey Intelligence Bureau up and running, and that is because it will allow the monkeys within the area of effect of the village to pop any kind of balloon. And this is very important for me because I don't want things to be unpoppable for one reason or another. So I want my super monkeys to be able to pop the purples. I want everything to be peachy in regards to that. And when you have this setup up and running, when you're past round 63 and you have a build going such as this, you should be able to play it pretty much freeform style, because you're going to be raking in huge amounts of in-game currency now that you can pretty much just use to have fun. Go with whatever high-end things you like really feel for, because the base defense is up and running, and you're going to be having some really awesome cash injection rounds coming around the corner. I like to go with some lightning for the area options, and I have a lot of love for the druids in the game. I think they're really fun to play with. So I'm often going in with those when I feel like I am safe and secure, so to say. And of course the Druid of the Storm option is always nice, because once again it's giving you an option to take the balloons and push them further towards the entry. So you're pushing them, well, not further, I guess it's backwards, but you guys know what I mean. So right here I'm just flooding down with lightning, flooding down with Druids of the Storm, so that I once again have loads of control options. And what I want to be doing in this playthrough, or what I did when I was playing this, was to have these Druids up and running that would push things backwards. And of course I have my that's silly, my spike factory up and running, and it's gonna be crazy perma spikes, so that as long as we hold Bloons back, as long as we're pushing them backwards, our pretty crazy, almost infinite defense thing is gonna be just filling these crazy spikes onto the path, making our defense stronger for every single round. But we do need quite a bit of currency for it, so I'm just putting it down there so that I have it ready once I have these several thousand, 23,000 kind of crazy in-game currency. But as we close in on round 83, we're getting some really silly injection rounds here, like 78, 79, 81, that kind of stuff. They're pretty heavy on in-game currency, so that is often where, if I haven't played the game in a way where I have my completely crazy spike factory down, I should be getting it in the 80s. I like having it up and running for round 90 so that I know I have these last 10 rounds where I'm just stashing up spikes for crazy defense. So upgrading here, we still need almost 24,000 for the perma spikes, but they're gonna be coming because, as you can see here, around 83, and we almost have it there, 24,000, and things are just running pretty much on autopilot. Have these nasty ceramics coming in here, and that is really where it's nice to have pushback options, Druids of the Storm, Lightning, that kind of stuff. And once again, I'm just going a little bit freeform mode here because things are pretty safe. We even have the perma spikes down now. So I'm putting down some snipers. I'm just fooling around with the angles in the game because I kind of like to record things when I'm playing it and look back at where can I position things in the future. So as I'm playing this, and I feel like I have already won the game now, so I'm just going a little crazy silly pants. And if you guys have a similar setup when you are completing this, you should feel very free to just go crazy with your favorite units. Of course, I mean, there are things that may not be like super smart, but all else equal, most of the monkeys you can put down now are just going to be helping you, especially if you have things that deal area damage or stash up damage, so spike factories, lightning, balls of lightning, super monkeys, all the crazy stuff. But if you're more into helis, that's definitely also an option you can go with. But as you see here, things are just getting pushed backwards when they come towards our druids. Once again, going back into the spikes. It's a ping pong kind of crazy thing, and while they're toying around at the middle of the map, our perma spikes are just being filled up over there. We can safely, in the last few rounds where things are going to be a little bit tanky and spanky, just let them go there. I'm not afraid because the balloons are reaching the perma spikes. I know I've been stashing up for 10 entire rounds now, so I can just let them go there. And even though my stash of spikes is going to be like smaller and smaller all the time, it's nothing to worry about. The amount of spikes we have been stashing up is completely insane. Worth noting is that you can't really speed up your spike production by using a village or something like that, so you can't really boost up the production, which means that the key to taking advantage of the perma spikes, like I really like, it's one of those I feel safe now, I have won the game kind of thing. So it's very nice to get down, especially when you're playing in chimps mode, saving up those 24,000 so you can like feel you have won the game and go a little bit more into casual fun style gaming is really amazing. But here we have like the crazy 98 and 99 rounds. They're often a lot tougher than round 100, even though we do have the bad, and the amount of hit points on that is pretty crazy. I mean, the big airship is beyond insane. The amount of damage you need to deal to it before it cracks is just unreal, and you're gonna be able to see in this playthrough here, even with the Dark Knights and with the crazy druids and all the spikes, I'm still having a bit of a hard time cracking this big airship. Not that I'm worried, again I have my perma spikes, so I mean, but look at the amount of damage you actually need to deal to this ship before it cracks, and it's not that important in this map because we have the balloons on the screen for a very long time. But as we're going to be moving into some of the more challenging maps, I do hope to complete the chimps on all maps and share my how to do it with you guys. We definitely need to consider that in some of the especially expert maps we have the balloons on the screen for a very short amount of time, and the bad just needs to be taken out crazy fast in order for us to win those. So that is going to be like really exciting. But there you really have it, guys, winning round 100 in Chimps mode in the Tree Stump map. I hope you enjoy, and keep in mind you can do the exact same thing in other difficulty modes, because when you have this setup up and running, you can replicate it in the other difficulties. But there you also take advantage of your knowledge tree, plus you can use your banana farms or whatever you want to make it even easier to complete. This should be completely replicatable, even though there is some RNG in regards to the totem and stuff like that. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.